Dedication and Introduction of Shan Folklore Stories from the Hill and Water Country. This is a Librivox recording. All Librivox recordings are in the public domain. For more information or to volunteer, please visit LibriVox.org. Recording by Larry Wilson. Shan Folklore Stories from the Hill and Water Country by William Charles Griggs. Dedication. To my friend F. A. Cushing, D.D., F.R.A.S., Principal of the American Baptist College, Rangoon, and Senior Shan Missionary, the greatest authority upon Shan literature, and the translator of the Bible into that language. This little book is dedicated by the author. Introduction. The following stories have been taken from the great mass of unwritten lore that is to the black-eyed, brown-skinned boys and girls of the Shan mountain country of Burma what Jack the Giant Killer and Cinderella are to our own children. The old saw as to the songs and laws of a country may or may not be true. I feel confident, however, that stories such as these, being as they are purely native, with as little admixture of Western ideas as it was possible to give them, in dressing them in their garment of English words, will give a better insight into what the native Burma really is, his modes of thought and ways of looking at and measuring things, than a treatise thrice as long and representing infinitely more literary merit than will be found in these little tales. And at the same time I hope that they will be found to the average reader at least more interesting. It may perhaps be not out of place to say a little of the Hapias who appear so frequently in these stories. The Hapia is the Burman gnat, and is a being superior to men and inferior to Brahmas, and having its dwelling in one of the 6 celestial regions. Dr. Cushing's Shan English Dictionary. They are universally worshipped by the inhabitants of Burma. If a man has fever, the best thing to do is ling hapia, that is, to feed the spirits, and the sufferer therefore offers rice, betel nut, painted sticks, etc. Some kinds of hapias live in the sacred banyan trees, and frequently have I seen men, after a long day's march in the jungle, sit shivering on the ground when within an arm's length lay good dry firewood. It had fallen, however, from a tree in which lived a hapia, and not a man would dare touch it. Big combs of honey may be in the nests of the wild bees, but it is safe from the hungry traveler if it is sheltered by such a tree. Some watch over wells, tanks, and lakes, and it is notorious throughout the southern Shan states that a promising young American missionary, who was drowned while shooting, met his death by being dragged to the bottom of the lake by the guardian spirit, who had become incensed at him for killing a waterfowl on his domains. In Shan folklore the hero does not marry and live happily ever after, but he becomes the king of a country. American Baptist Shan Mission House, Bhamo, Burma, 1902. End of dedication and introduction.
Chapter 1 of Shan Folklore Stories from the Hill and Water Country. This is a Librivox recording. All Librivox recordings are in the public domain. For more information or to volunteer, please visit LibriVox.org. Recording by this name, Shan Folklore Stories from the Hill and Water Country by William Charles Griggs. Along Kit. Once upon a time there was a woman who lived in the state of Lai Haka. She was a very pious woman and always gave the best rice and puck to the priest as they walked, rice chatty in hand, through the city early in the morning. Every year when the girls and boys went to the river and filled their chatties with water to throw over the pagodas and idols to ensure a good rainy season and abundant crop, she always had the largest bucket of the clearest water and threw it higher than anybody else. She carried the sweetest flowers to the Zayat every evening, and on worship days took rice in the prettiest of cups made of banana leaves and offered to the Gautamas in the idol house. But she was not happy. When her neighbors went to the pagodas, they had their little ones tied upon their backs or running around at their sides. But she had no child whom she could take with her, no one to whom she could tell stories of the great Lord Sakya who rules over the spirits of the Hypia country, and so she was sad. She was getting old, too, and often envied the women who lived near, who had bright boys to
Sample complete. Ready to continue?